Is it just me, or do I look like Obi-Wan Kenobi with this hair? Anyway, we're shooting with the A7R5 on my Tamron 300mm f2.8 at the bird feeder here, and I want to show you guys the eye autofocus tracking on this camera. Main reason for me buying this was that we now can eye autofocus on pets, animals, birds, insects. It recognizes planes, trains. There's an AI chip in here that just makes this one of the fastest, if not fastest, autofocusing systems in 2024. The question is, can the A7R5 breathe new life into a 35-year-old mechanical lens? Yes, it can. To replace this 300 f2.8 lens with a modern Sony version is almost $9,000. So I think I'd like to try this and show you guys how well this works. So I don't have an external monitor, so I have to hold my phone and just show you guys manually. So I've got it set to tracking on the center. Okay, let's find a bird, put it on. Look at it working. Tracking the chickadee's eye. It knows that it's a bird. It goes between eye, between body. When the chickadee actually looks at us, oh, no fighting, guys. Lots of seeds there. So what I find when I'm doing burst modes of these chickadees, and guys, they are fast. Nuthatches and chickadees here are extremely fast, hard to capture, is I'm probably getting 50 or 60% keeper rate. Okay, so 10 shots, 5 or 6 of them, it is focused right on the eye. With this old gear, guys, for me, that's good enough. I would love to spend $9 grand and get a new lens. I just can't justify it. So for anyone else in the same boat as me wondering, how does the A7R5 work with the old gear? Now, this is the LA-EA5 adapter, so I can actually touch the screen to focus anywhere I want as well. It's passable. It works all right. I know I said it's getting 5 or 6 out of 10, but I want to show you guys in this last burst, we took 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 images. And this one here, the bird is turning his head, so it is actually, I would say that is a miss. Okay, but I mean, it's close. This image here is definitely sharp. The next image, definitely sharp. This image here, it missed. It's actually focused in front on this tree. It's jumped down here to the branch. But the next one, it's bang, back on the eye. And the next one, still on the eye. And then the last one, bang on the eye. So we actually got 6 out of 7 photographs in that batch, that burst that I did, in focus, locked on the eye. So critical sharpness test, we'll zoom in here on the computer and check. There's 100%. 250%. Look at that. It is very sharp. You guys saw how fast that chickadee was moving. Now, we get this purple fringing out here on the outside because of that old lens. I've showed you guys before. If you're interested, look at this. It's like one click and we can get rid of that. So quick math, 6 out of 7 is actually 85%. So guys, don't take my exact word for it. I just know that I was doing bursts and it seemed to me that I was like thinking, oh, a little bit better than half of these are in focus, but it might be even more than that. It might be, 8 out of 10, something like that. It's good enough that with the eye autofocus tracking of the A7R5, it puts it in a complete other league than using the A7R4, for example, which would lock on the bird's body and think, hey, that's good enough. So you get the shoulder feathers in focus, but the face would never be in focus, right? The A7R4 didn't care. It was just, the birds are so tiny, find the body, and that was good enough for the A7R4. Well, the A7R5 is going to find the eye or bust. And that's what we want. We want the eye. So listen to Obi-Wan Gary. He knows. I've been shooting with that lens for a long time. It has never worked as good as it's working right now with the A7R5. Yes, I would still like the new lens. I really, really want the new lens, but I'm too cheap. I can't justify it. Just the weight alone, the new lens is like 2.5 pounds lighter. I'm like, I'm not getting any younger. You know what? Maybe in 5 years, guys, talk to me then. We'll see how I feel. But for now, I'm going to keep using that old Tamron because it does a pretty good job. Hey, I guess you guys are finally correct in calling me crazy. Gary goes out and buys a new $6,000 camera body and then sticks a 40-year-old single autofocus point lens on it. But this is a special lens. This is a Minolta 500mm mirror lens. Well, some of you are asking, Gary, what are you doing? Well, I just wanted to check and see if the bird eye autofocus would work with this old lens. And yes, it does. So while I was standing here at the feeder, you can see it's very bright out, very sunny. I took a couple shots of the edge of the wood line. And this lens does something. It renders background out of focus highlights in a special way. And this is a special lens. It can give you a painterly effect, essentially. Here, take a look at this image. Tell me that this is not a really cool image. And I mean, all it is some sunlight shining on one tree and some woods in the background. Okay, but it piqued my interest, my creativity. And I think that is what is most important about photography. It's not, the sharpest, most clinical lenses like that in the background over here. You see behind me the 200 to 600 Sony lens that I just spent $2,300 on. That thing is the newest, greatest technology that you can get. The fastest focusing, the sharpest, works great under all conditions. Weighs a ton. It's like wearing a brick around your neck, but man, is it good. But it doesn't inspire me. This old lens inspires me. I've done a few video series on this. So I'm going to grab Gage. It's cold today. I think it's minus 12 degrees Celsius. We're going to go for a hike, and I just want to take some images with this old lens and see what kind of painterly images can we get. Oh, somebody wants to go for a walk? All right. Don't tease the dog. Wait for me outside. Yeah, you wait there. Oh yeah, somebody's excited. So here's our conditions, guys. Bright, sunny, cold today. We're out here to shoot with this 500mm ancient mirror lens. And let's just see if we can get some painterly images. I know we can. And I'm feeling inspired, even though it's really cold. I need to get some gloves. It's really cold. I have noticed shooting the A7R5 that the rear screen, LCD screen, I think it's more reflective than my A7R4. I have a very hard time seeing it. Maybe I just need to find the adjustment and brighten it up a little bit. Maybe that's what I did on the other one. But because of that, guys, I'm actually using the electronic viewfinder, which I never liked using before. They were never good enough. Now this A7R5 has a 9 million dot electronic viewfinder. So pretty much what you see in real life is what you see when you look through the screen. And it has a very fast 120 refresh rate. And it works with my glasses. I can see through it that far away, right there. So I don't even have to touch it, because before my nose and everything was always touching the LCD and I hated using it. I'm actually using the electronic viewfinder for the first time in 15 years and not minding it. All right, I gotta be honest, the viewfinder, it actually looks clearer than real life. I'm looking through there and the detail that you can pick up with this thing. Wow, I didn't realize what a selling point, a feature, because I never use it. But guys, the A7R5 only had 3 million pixels. So this is like 3 times, more than 3 times the amount. And it's just, I can't believe how clear and sharp the viewfinder is. So now, of course, you guys know what's going to happen if I walk the trails with this old single point focus lens, right? 500 millimeters. I can't zoom in or out. You know what's going to happen. We're going to see some deer. We're going to see some wildlife of some sort, and I'm going to miss the shots because I'm choosing to use this old lens. But I'm going to, you know what? I feel good. I'm feeling creative. I'm going to take that chance. All right, we did a big loop. We didn't see any wildlife, so I'm kind of like, yeah, that's a good thing. I did get some shots of Gage rolling in the snow. So I don't know what I've got in terms of nice out of focus backgrounds with the donut effect, which is what this lens gives. It's very hard to see the screen today in this lighting, but and then tonight I have to go shoot for the local education group, physicians group. They're doing a downhill ski event tonight, so from 5 to 9 I'll be shooting that. So I think I'm going to go in and warm up for a few hours before I have to go do that. But any of the shots I got, you guys will see them now, and I'm enjoying trying all my old lenses with the new camera.